August break is over. Very short, very, very short August break. And I'm sure we enjoyed the most of it. I took advantage of the August break to do certain things that required sun. Yes, I needed some things to be done with sun, lights, sun shining, as opposed to a cloudy weather or maybe perhaps kind of weather. And I was able to achieve some of them. I would have to wait to achieve the other one. Maybe towards the festive period. That to be the December, hoping that there will be a Hamatan. Things like washing duvets. Yeah, it may take forever to get dry, and it's not a good idea to dry and then it starts raining, you're taking it inside. Dry, it starts raining, you're taking it inside. It needs constant, it needs the sun to hit it, beam. So even if I decide to take it to the laundry, I'm not sure of how exactly they're going to do the drying. So we'll just make do with the ones I was able to wash during the August break. And then that one that is left would just have to wait. Yeah. What's up with you? No, I haven't done it the way I used to do. Yo, what's up? How's your mind? How's your body? And most importantly, how is your soul? Hope you are covered. You are well covered, because whether it's cold, you have to dress. Is it dress in accordance with the weather or dress to suit the weather? This is not a time to be fashionable. Hello, this is a time to cover yourself so you don't catch a cold. You understand? You dress to cover. If you need to wear a suit, wear a suit. If you need to wear a coat, wear a coat. If you need to wear parachute, wear parachute. If you need to wear bulletproof, wear bulletproof. Anything you need to put on to ensure that you do not catch a cold. And the younger ones too, especially the children, their immunity and all the blah doctors usually say about them should ensure that they are well covered and they are also well protected. That being said, my name is Denise Waller, and it's time for the sunny side right here on your number one station for talk. What are we talking about this hour? Settling cases of crime within the family. It's a family matter. It's a family affair. I'll share with you a popular instance, and then I'll go on to share with you something that is gradually becoming popular, which shouldn't be. Not like the other ones. We shouldn't take them as seriously as this one, but this particular one, we've been talking about it time and time again. In fact, it's somehow linked to the conversation Jude had the last hour of his show yesterday and his show today as well. The way the men prey on young girls, young teenagers. But this time, a family member doing same. I'll share the story. And that conversation takes us up until 1 o'clock. At the 1 o'clock hour, we have a live appearance, and then I'll be back for a chit-chat. And then the final hour is we're going to be looking at getting married because of pregnancy. Yes. Who needs a proposal ring? Who needs an engagement ring? Get pregnant. Once you get pregnant, that man that needs to do the needful will definitely do the needful. Or you don't want to marry the man? Why is he coming to do proposal for you so that you not say no, I will not marry you? No. Once you get pregnant, you will definitely say yes. So that time around, nobody is saying you say yes. No, you're not wasting our time. You are the one that will not be saying, okay, so now what do we do? Well, that's the narrative of some persons. But this is 2024. Is that narrative changing, or it is the same as it used to be, or even worse? We'll find out in that particular hour, because we're going to be answering the question: does pregnancy guarantee that two people dating must and should get married? Let me use land in a family, a property probably belonging to the father, or the property is belonging to the brother, and another brother goes ahead to sell that property, which is clearly not his. He's not the rightful owner of that property, but he goes ahead to sell it. It's criminal. It's a crime. It's not your own. So you have sold another person's property without their consent, and you have taken the money for yourself and probably even squandered it. But you see, not many family members are willing to press charges, because by the time you want to do that, if it's your brother, your mother will start crying that, this family, why they try brood together, this multi one cause cataract. Leave him, it's your brother, it's just land. No, mama, don't tell me that. It's not just land. That land is my land. He sold it. He either brings the money, or he brings my land, or else I call the police. And he goes ahead to call the police. And by the time his brother is in detention for maybe a week or two, the mother will beg. The father will say, hell, you want to give me high blood pressure. In fact, the father will faint or probably have a stroke. And before you know it, they release the brother. Or maybe it's not land. Maybe money kept in your possession, in trust. You go ahead and you use it. Or you steal from either your mother or your father or your siblings. But because you are their family member, they are reluctant to press charges. And then they say, let us settle it within the family. It's a family affair. And then they probably will call Kingsmen, and Kingsmen will say, baro, sorry, zile, sundo, and forgive and forget, You know, if you have life, you have hope. Let everything just forgive. It's a mistake. Even the prodigal son. And they preach that kind of message to you. But what if it is a case of a family member defiling another family member? There's one story in the Bible I can never forget. I think it was, is it Absalom? Absalom. The one that defiled his half-sister. No, is it no? What's the name of that human being? I know Absalom was the brother. I know there were two brothers, half-brothers, all children of David. One of them defiled Anom, the sister. And it was Absalom that could not take it. And Absalom went ahead, took the laws into his hand. I think he killed the brother or something like that. Please, anybody who has that full story. So even in those days, there were cases of family members defiling or raping. But then we didn't have the law as we have it now. Now the law is written. I mean, there is no ignorance in this. Rape is a crime. Defilement is a crime. Stealing is a crime. Armed robbery is a crime. Arson is a crime. This is the penalty. So if you're caught in this act, you're arrested, you're charged to court. If you're found guilty, this is the punishment. But then, I still hear stories about people choosing to settle cases of rape within the family. Now let's take a story from the Punch newspaper. And let me quote what the person said. Let me start with the quote. That I have the consent of all the members of the family to swear to the affidavit that on August 11, 2024, we met with the human rights organization World Institute for Peace and agreed to settle amicably within the family. That she, victim, agreed to resolve the dispute through alternative dispute resolution and has engaged in negotiation. That the family is not ready to pursue any case whatsoever with Mr. Femi any longer. That the purpose of withdrawing was as a result of a settlement between the families, which she was the sole proposition on the settlement. Now, who is this she? A teenager, resident in Oshogbo, Osun State, name withheld, accused a clergy, also based in the town, simply identified as Femi, said to be her stepfather, of putting her in the family way at the age of 13. She was just 13 years old when it happened. Now walk with me. The victim, now age 16, had approached a non-governmental organization, the World Institute for Peace, to report the matter and seek alternative dispute resolution. She had also claimed in an affidavit sworn to at the Osun State Ministry of Justice that after her stepfather impregnated her, the pregnancy was aborted. She further said during a meeting held with the officials of the NGO that the matter was reported to her teacher in school after about 4 years of constant abuse by her stepfather. Narrating further our ordeal in the hands of her stepfather during an alternative dispute resolution meeting organized by WIP, the victim explained that Femi started having intercourse with me since I was 12. When I was 13 years old, I got pregnant and they took me to a hospital for an abortion. He asked me to lie to the doctor that my classmate impregnated me and ran away. The first time he had intercourse with me was on my mother's bed, and he has been doing it continuously. Now listen to this. I decided not to take the matter to court because my mother had 4 children for him, although 2 were dead. I don't want a situation whereby when the children grow up, it will be as if I am the one who sent their father to prison. I decided not to take legal action because of his children, who are my younger siblings. Also at the meeting, Femi, who also claimed to be a commercial motorcyclist, apart from being a pastor in a church he established, admitted to committing the crime. It is true I slept with her, although I don't remember the number of times I did it with her. I am a pastor, and it was God who told me to sleep with her. God also told me to abort the pregnancy, he said. The affidavit signed by the mother of the victim on her behalf, a copy of which was obtained by Punch, on Monday partly read, "My daughter went to the human rights organization World Institute for Peace and reported a case of defilement and abortion leveled against her stepfather Femi early in August 2024. So this girl was defiled from when she was 12. And now she's 16. And after all said and done, a man that is supposed to be in jail for defiling a minor gets to have a settlement within the family. Why? He's my younger one's father. I wouldn't want to be the reason why their father will be sent to jail. Now, this is not the first time I'm hearing such stories. The mother would usually threaten the daughter. "Oh, you want to come and scatter my home? This man that has married me now, that has been taking care of us, is you that wants to come and the child continues to encounter such because the mother sees the father who is helping the family as some sort of messiah, so he cannot do wrong. So there is no protection whatsoever for the innocent young ones in such unions. Even when it is a case of a biological father or a biological brother, a biological relative, not a step relative, you have them say, "Hell, arrow, abomination." But it only ends in arrow and abomination. One person lives with the trauma, the other person gets to go scot-free because once again, it is a family matter. And that is why I want to ask today on the sunny side. Does settling cases of crime against a family member within the family help with fighting crime in the larger society? So my brother defiles me or my child, or my brother steals from me, or my brother defrauds me. And instead of taking it up and going ahead to arrest and prosecute, I decide to settle it within the family. Does it help fight crime in the larger society? That's question number one. Question number two, I am always wondering, how do families cope with having a criminal as a member of the family? A criminal is basically someone who has committed a crime. So whether the crime was to a family member, from one family member to another, or the crime was to an outsider, but they clearly know that this person has committed a crime, hence the label criminal. How do you cope with having that person as a family member? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. Once again, 0817 923 0923 WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 0306416. Once again, 0809 0306416. On X, we're live at Nigeria Info page, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch us live, and most importantly, be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the comment section, and I'll gladly read them in course of the conversation. Oh yeah, thank you, Anon and Tamar. Anon defiled his half-sister Tamar. Thank you so much for that. I see some calls, but some dropped call scenario. I'm guessing it's the network, so I'll just head on to Facebook to see if the pre-sale generated any comment. Okay, Anon was his name. Thank you. I see a lot of Bible scholars in the comment section. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, so sorry about that. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tommy.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Harry Ofikti, calling from Ogunabale.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
Yeah, the scenario you said is more or less what is happening in our country, Nigeria. For instance, if you remember, when the APP was coming up, a prominent politician came out publicly and said, well, once you cross to the APC, your sins are forgiven. Your corruption and whatever. This is the same thing that is happening in our different homes. The truth will always be subside. They will always want to suppress the truth. So I don't know the country we are living whereby truth will never be spoken out or will never be said in the family circle and will be suppressed against one another. So it's a very difficult scenario to understand.
What exactly is making it difficult? Does the fact that we share a bloodline make it forgivable for you to commit a crime against me and then get away with it?
You go free. You just go free. You can imagine. It is either you are influential or you are the one taking care of the family. One team was involved that will always want to speak louder than the truth. So people are more or less carried away with the physical things they see rather than the spiritual effect. What it will cause in that child, they forget about it. But because of what they will gain instantly from that person, they go off from the truth. It's our system. It's more or less a Nigerian system.
Okay.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you and God bless you as well. If you're just joining the conversation, I'll just bring you up to speed with what we are talking about. We're talking about settling cases of crime within the family. More like there's a crime. A person in the family commits a crime against another person in the family, and it is a family matter. So let's settle it within the family. But how does it help fight crime in the larger society? If every family member, at least this is the one you know, if it's a criminal outside, let's assume your account was hacked and money was stolen from your account and you're unable to trace who the thief is. You just say it that, okay, they don't thief me, they don't defraud me. But this time around, it is your brother, it is your sister that actually stole your money, probably took your PIN details, went to your account, took maybe 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. And you say, oh, it's a family, or they raped somebody in the family and you say, oh, it's a family affair. How does it help fight crime in the larger society? Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Okay, I may have to rely on your WhatsApp messages and your comments on Facebook and X because, like I said, I suspect the network is fluctuating. But let's see if this call goes through. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Turn off your radio set, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Tamnosiki. Calling from
Tamnosiki.
Abloma.
From Abloma. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yes. The whole scenario is really appalling. And it does not help in fighting crime at all in the larger society. And if we keep considering it's my brother, it's my sister, I don't want to hurt him, I don't want to spoil the family name, then crime cannot stop in our society. Truth be told, as children of God, even as we serve our God, we know that penalties are given to offenders. So if we want to really live like our Heavenly Father, we need to call a spade a spade. For crime to be eliminated from our society, whoever that has committed the crime should be able to face, the wrath of the law. That's the stand. So anything beyond or below that, then crime cannot be eliminated in our society. It's a pity that this whole story, like the abuse of that little girl and all that, that's how it has been. People have been sweeping everything under the carpet in the name that they want to protect family. Like she said, she wants to, protect her siblings. Let it not be as though she's the one that sent their father to jail. My dear, the whole thing is really somehow. But for me, if you want to eliminate crime, let the offenders face the full wrath of the law.
But what is the willingness level to turn a criminal in your family into the police?
The willingness level for me as a person.
Yeah, speak for yourself as an individual. Let's assume that your son commits a crime.
Uh-huh.
Maybe your son stole 10 million naira from your account. Would you call the police to come and arrest your son?
No, really. For me, I would want them to arrest. They know that like my best son that I used to scold him when he does something wrong. Let's assume he took my 10 million. I want him to go. Do you know why I want him to go? So that he will learn his lesson. If I don't allow him go, he will not learn his lesson. Maybe I will not allow them kill him for sure. But for him to
but see, listen. Allowing them kill him. You see, when you turn over this person, you are not the determinant of the penalty. Whatever punishment the person gets, it's what is spelled out by law. So if they say that it is to kill him that is the punishment, and you are aware of that, would you still turn him over?
What I know, the little I know about our law in Nigeria, they don't kill people for stealing.
I know. I'm just citing an instance. What if it was for mother? What if he got into a fight with his sibling?
Yes, like in my community, I'm Motrika. There is a situation where a late chief allowed his son to be killed because the sentence was for him to be killed by either hanging or firing squad.
Wow.
He allowed him to go because this boy has been a thorn to the family. So he allowed them to kill him. He got killed though. It happened. So it all depends on the individual.
Okay, depends on the individual. I wouldn't want to now ask you what if he rapes your daughter. Let's not even go there because nobody prays for that to happen. But you see, these cases of child defilement and rape is on the increase every day. And while you are afraid that it is somebody outside that may do this to your child or do this to your family member, the criminal might actually be within or come from within. The perpetrator of the crime might be someone you know, someone close to you. For instance, this is holiday season, and you may or may not have sent your children out on holidays. You may have some holiday visitors who have come to the house, family members too. And while they were holidaying, something like this happens. Tell me the truth. Would you be on the begging side? Or would you actually say, police, come, yes, number 16, Rumosi, come. My son just raped his sister. Come and arrest him. Come, let's charge him to... Would you do that, really? Or would you want this whole, let's settle it the family way? Nigeria Info. And then they go on and on about how, it's an abomination, especially for cases like rape. incest and how you would have to. I mean, as a wife, your husband rapes your child. Would you want to call the police? Would you want the law to take its course? Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon to you.
Mr. Zion, go ahead. I think you have barely 60 seconds, so go ahead, straight to the point.
Okay, let me utilize it. I think it all narrows down to our conscience.
Conscience, okay?
And our level of knowledge. See, the truth is this. When it comes to this particular choice or decision to make, it is always very tough. You know why?
Why?
It's either we are guilty, or we are victims, or survivors, or we are about to even commit that same thing. So we don't want them to judge us when it's our own turn.
Really?
In this aspect of what we are discussing now, the rape issue now, it's like now the evil is in the house now. The known demon is at home. The truth is, if we can be so conscious and to understand that these whole things are not the ones that are executing, but it's the law which we found ourselves, it will help us better.
Okay.
Most of us know our uncles are criminals. Have we reported them to the police? They are kidnappers. Have we reported them? Why haven't you reported them, Mr. Zion?
Okay. Maybe because the person have not come and, it's not in house. My family is who has my back. Anyone who has my back will not steal from me, take my things to Jai's place, try to harm my husband or rape me or my child. Such a person is an outsider that I was told I share DNA with. DFI will treat such an individual or anyone who is interacting on their behalf as an enemy. You know what? We'll come back to this message after the commercial break. It's to the sunny side, right here on 92.3 Nigerian Info FM. Just stay tuned to us.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.